All right, very exciting time of the year. If you're a photographer and you like to shoot fall foliage, this is the time and this is the place to be for fall foliage. Where am I? I'm in the foothills of the Great Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. Tennessee, with its light and its, I think, 100 different species of deciduous trees, is just an incredible place if you're going to come shoot fall foliage. And so this is the most updated information that I can give you as someone that lives in the foothills, literally 20 minutes away. 25 years I've been going into the park and just shooting as much as I can because as a street photographer, I'm also a photographer and I love good fall foliage. So here is a definitive guide on where to shoot and what you need to know before you head to East Tennessee and North Carolina. The main link right now between East Tennessee and Western North Carolina is called Newfound Gap Road, and that is closed right now. It's called 441. You're going to have trouble getting to places like Clingmans Dome and Newfound Gap. Clingmans Dome is one of the most incredible places to see a sunrise during the fall foliage. And you've got to get there like ridiculously early in the dark because there's a line to get in to Clingmans Dome. Accessing it is probably best from North Carolina. You got to get there by going through Robbinsville, North Carolina. And here are two key words about fall foliage and how to get around better than ever before, seeing that all the stuff that's been happening on the Western North Carolina and the Eastern Tennessee side of things, a lot of it due to Helene. And that is something called the Cherohala Skyway. Now, the Cherohala Skyway is from Tellico Plains to North Carolina to Robbinsville, and then you can take the Dragon back through Deals Gap into Tennessee, and I think you can really cover as much as you're going to need to see when it comes to fall foliage and stuff that you want to shoot. But it is really changing as time moves forward, and I would suggest you get a news alert for Tennessee US 441 through the Smokies, because some days it's completely closed and some days there's a lane open. That's kind of what we call the Gambler's Highway. For people in Knoxville heading over to the Cherokee Casino, you go right over 441. We call it going over the mountain to go lose all of our money at Cherokee. So that is a day-by-day kind of thing. Gatlinburg, if you're going to head to Gatlinburg, the Gatlinburg bypass, not downtown Gatlinburg, in the fall season is a swarm. You think it's bad in the summer, wait till you get there in the fall. But the Gatlinburg bypass is great. Big, wide open vistas. Check that place out. The Foothills Parkway, and there's many different extensions of the Foothills Parkway. So check the towns like Cosby for where you can enter the Foothills Parkway. And when I say towns, check a town for like a hotel or whatever if you're going to come here for a couple of days or for a weekend. Reminder about the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. It's a free park, but you got to pay to park. You got to buy the pass before you go into the park if you're going to put your car anywhere in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park, and they will tow your ass if you're there without a sticker. Got some notes I would have referred to get you to the best locations. I mentioned what is called now Kewohee, I believe, but it's Clingmans Dome, and Mount LeConte. You can access the Mount LeConte Trail from the Abrams Creek trailhead. Abrams Creek trailhead. Yeah, that way you can, it's a rough hike. I'm telling you right now, if you're not ready for that, and there's a village at the top of it where you can stay, no electricity, and you need reservations if you're going to stay there, but an amazing view, one of the best views, if not the best view, Mount LeConte in East Tennessee. I'm in the foothills. The foothills lead right into a little town called Townsend, the peaceful side of the Smokies. A lot of cool little restaurants, a lot of places to stay. It's a KOA campground down there, I think, as well. So if you got a trailer, you got something you want to tow in, you can do that in Townsend, Tennessee, which, like I said, is on the peaceful side of the Smokies. It's what they call it. And it gives you great access to another place called Cades Cove. If you like primitive old cabins and a lot of history, Cades Cove is a place to go. But I will tell you this, it's a loop. And it's one way. Now, there are some places you can turn out and then go back the other direction. But if you take the full loop, I believe it's 11 miles. And when Gus and Bertha find a squirrel on the side of the road and they're jumping out of the car to take the picture, it tends to bog down traffic on Cades Cove. So be prepared for that. Do your research on Cades Cove. Great open vistas. You can pull your car over in certain places and head out into the fields to shoot some wildlife if you see it. I see bear there all the time. One of the best places to see bear is Cades Cove. Another town I'm going to tell you about here in a little while, another place for another bit of wildlife that you will absolutely love. I'll do it right now. Here's my note on it. Cataloochee, the Cataloochee Valley, and you'll see elk, especially this time of year at the very beginning of the day and at the very end of the day. And that's the best time to shoot your fall foliage anyway, right? Got golden hour, the golden hour early and late, and the blue hour later on. Amazing light here in East Tennessee provides you the best look at fall foliage anywhere in America. I think every year, photographers rate and vote on the Great Smoky Mountains National Park as being the top place to go for fall foliage. So the dates, here are the dates. It's this month, the end of this month and early next month are the prime dates for fall foliage. Now, this is a layer cake. We're anywhere from 1,200 feet above sea level in Knoxville up to about 6,600 feet at Clingmans Dome. So especially on the Cherohala Skyway where you have the most elevation on a road, and that's the one I told you about earlier, it goes from Tellico Plains all the way into Robbinsville, North Carolina, and then you take the Dragon back. That's 129, US 129, the very famous Dragon. So many changes in elevation. You'll get here during peak, past peak, and pre-peak just in the same trip. So you've got to kind of keep an eye on, okay, I want to shoot higher elevations, get here early. You want to shoot lower elevations, you can get here a little later, but late September, early October is going to be the best time. So you got to make your plans really quickly to get here to East Tennessee in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park to get your prime view of the fall foliage here in East Tennessee. Here's some roads you need to write down and keep in mind. 441, I told you that earlier, that's Newfound Gap Road, east to west traverse from Gatlinburg, right through the downtown. It gets right up into the Smokies. You get there at the Sugarlands Nature Center. You can take a right back to Townsend. You can go straight, but that's the road that's mostly closed, sometimes open. They've had a washout. They've had some landslides. The Blue Ridge Parkway terminates in Cherokee in the Saco Valley. You may access that best from Virginia coming down on the Blue Ridge Highway, the Blue Ridge Parkway. Beautiful, not a lot of places to stay, but good pull-offs, good vistas to check out the fall foliage. I mentioned that Foothills Parkway, the stunning 33-mile stretch from Chilhowie Lake to Wares Valley is a local favorite, offering views rivaling the Blue Ridge Parkway. Look Rock's observation tower, yes, Look Rock, a must, especially as fall colors unfold in the Smoky Mountains and the Cumberland foothills. Not only do you get a look at the Smokies itself, but you can see the Cumberland Plateau and the Cumberland Mountains as well. East Tennessee is a valley created by glaciers back in the day, so seeing the Cumberland Mountains and the Smoky Mountains is easy here in East Tennessee. Cherohala Skyway, dramatic 50-mile drive winding from Robbinsville to Tellico Plains. Elevations at about 5,000 feet average. Numerous overlooks. Joyce Kilmer Forest. Check that out. It is one of the few ancient forests in the East. It's a North Carolina forest, and it is beautiful. Some really ancient forests throughout this area. The Road to Nowhere, Fontana Lake area, mid-elevation, quieter drive near Bryson City. It ends in a tunnel overlooking Fontana Lake. Beautiful for your photographs. Cades Cove Loop, I mentioned that. Towns to remember, Gatlinburg, careful there. Townsend, if you can get a place, it's awesome. Pigeon Forge and Seymour area. Seymour is heading into Sevierville, Tennessee, which heads you into Pigeon Forge and then into Gatlinburg. Busy, and a lot of traffic. That's kind of where you get into Dollywood and stuff like that. Trails and hiking, it says Laurel Falls Trail. If you're looking to go to Laurel Falls, completely closed. You'll get there and you can't even park there. They've closed it off. They're rebuilding the trail up to Laurel Falls. Come back another time because Laurel Falls is beautiful. It's a nice place to see. Porter's Creek Trail, which is a Gatlinburg Trail, Little Briar Gap, Abrams Falls Trail, I mentioned that, which takes you up to Mount LeConte. And you know what? I just realized I said that incorrectly. Oh, God, forgive me. Not the Abrams Falls Trailhead, the Alum Cave Trailhead. They screwed me up there. I want to make sure you're straight on that. The Alum Cave Trail, an incredible hike. The Arch Rock is incredible, especially when the sun is doing its thing. Gosh, I should go back and edit that, shouldn't I? It's not the Abrams Falls. The Abrams Falls, beautiful. Go to Abrams Falls. Alum Cave Trail. It's a tough walk all the way up to the Mount LeConte. I fucked this up pretty good, didn't I? And the Trillium Gap Trail is beautiful as well. Passes right behind Grotto Falls. A really cool place. So I hope that helps. I hope I didn't confuse you too badly. I think I tried to stay on track here. I want to make sure I don't miss anything here. You know what to do. Bring your tripod, bring your cameras, bring your wide angles, bring your zooms. But this, I'm telling you right now, is if not the best place in the world, but one of the best places for fall foliage. Tons and tons of trees, but the deciduous trees with all the leaves and all the colors are here at the Great Smoky Mountains National Park. Hope I didn't screw you up too bad. I'm just kind of riffing here. I riff for a living, but I have trouble in front of the camera. I don't quite understand it. I'll see you next time, and thank you so much for watching.